On Wednesday, September 17th, 2025, Jenkins LTS 2.516.3 was released. In today's show, we're going to be taking a look at all the changes that occurred in that release. Hi, if you've never been here before, never seen me, my name is Darin Pope. And along with me today, I have Mark Wade. Mark, how are you doing today?
Just great, Darin. Thanks.
Good to see you. Now, we've been on another channel before. We have now moved the What's New for Jenkins LTS over to the Jenkins YouTube channel. This is technically Jenkins CICD, so if you haven't subscribed here, go ahead and subscribe today. But the rest of the show is going to be pretty much the same. So,
Yep.
And we're in t-shirts. We're just in t-shirts. So actually, Mark was joking about this. Mark, show your shirt just a little bit. You might have to shift
there
a
you
little bit.
go. Wander around a little.
You have a classic Jenkins t-shirt there.
Really classic. It's
mine
probably
is just the a little logo there. But hey, we're here today. So what we're looking at today is the latest release that came out 2 days ago. We were supposed to do the show yesterday. Things got a little wild this week, so yeah, we're here on today. This was a .3, a fairly what I would consider standard .3 for two reasons. One, that we'll see in a few moments, it was a security release. Security releases can happen at any point in time, by the way. But it's not abnormal for a .3 really to be a security release. Am I misstating that?
No. It's every twice a year we'll see a .3 or a .2 that's a security release. Just been a pattern. Yep.
Right. And secondly, because it's the .3, there's not a lot to it. But there's actually a pretty big one that's security and big all at the same time. So,
Yeah.
But for people that haven't hung out with us before, seen our other videos, Mark, why don't you go ahead and explain what Jenkins LTS is?
Sure. So Jenkins releases every week. We do a weekly release, good, stable release. It goes. Every 12 weeks, we choose a baseline. That baseline is then used, gets some backports, and becomes the base for a long-term support release. We release the .1, and then 4 weeks later, we release the .2, and then 4 weeks later, we release the .3, and then we start again. So every 12 weeks, nice simple cadence, long-term support release.
And that's where we're at today. We're at the .3. Hopefully there will not be a .4 before the next release. It can happen. We don't want it to be.
That's much more rare, and yes, it can.
It can happen. I can't remember the last .4. It's been a couple of years that I can.
It's been a while.
Yeah, thankfully. Let's go ahead and take a look at the release notes. Now, if you've not taken a look at the release notes, go to jenkins.io, click on download, and then under stable, you'll see stable and weekly. Again, there's change logs for weekly, but we're going to focus today on stable. I'll go ahead and expand it here just a little bit. We can see here there was security fixes, some bug fixes, and some enhancements. Do you want to take a look at the security release first, or do we want to?
I think security is the most crucial thing here, and that should be most people's first check. If there's a security issue, you need to do that first. Think about it, decide how you're going to handle it immediately.
Right. Now, in this case, all the security releases that came in this release were core releases. A lot of times, there can be a security advisory that's just plugins,
Correct.
and no core.
Yep.
But today, I'll call it flipped. Today is core only and no plugins.
Right.
Which is, again, a little more rare. Sort of like the .4. It happens every once in a while, but not very often. This is one of those days. This first one was nothing to do specifically with Jenkins, but with a dependency that Jenkins needs. So, and that's with Jetty, because Jetty is the serverless engine running inside of Jenkins.
Right.
If you weren't using HTTP 2, you were already disabled, it didn't affect you. However, by default, it's on.
Well, no, okay, so for clarity, HTTP 2, it's rare for Jenkins users to enable HTTP 2 through Jetty. Most of them will do it through a reverse proxy, like Nginx or Apache or one of the other reverse proxies. So it's really, it's fully supported, and it works, but it's certainly not enabled by default on any of the things that Jenkins ships, not our container images, not our WAR file, not our Linux installers, not our MSI file, our MSI package for Windows. So it's not enabled by default. Most people, if they're using HTTP2, they're probably using it as provided by a reverse proxy like Nginx or Apache.
Okay. So I misspoke. Thank you for the correction. But this one's high. And it's just because it's if you did have it enabled. It was
Right.
but again, not because of Jenkins, but because of Jetty.
Right.
But since it's bundled, there we go. Then we get into the real things. And fortunately, most of these are, I think all of them are mediums.
Right.
A missing permission check, a log message injection vulnerability, which I thought was very interesting. That seemed, okay, permission checks, those just keep coming up over time because we keep finding them. Mm-hmm. But a log message injection vulnerability, it's like, oh, that's creative.
That one is. You read the text of that thing where, oh, if I insert exotic characters, I might deceive someone who's reading the system log. Novel. Okay.
Good. So thanks to the Jenkins security team. In fact, let's go ahead and give the credits where credit is due. Daniel Beck found 3625, which was, I believe that was, no, that's one of the permissions. Yep.
Right.
And then the other to Manuel for 3424, which was the log. That was funny. And then for Robert and Ferris and Harsh from IBM, Cloud Red Team.
Right.
So,
we're grateful to red teams that do security research. Thanks very much.
okay. So let's go ahead and go back over to the changelog. So with that being said, this bottom enhancement is due to the security fix.
Right.
Right. So check, that one's done. So there's two things here. Okay, here, let's do this. Position the save and apply buttons for views under the header instead of over it. Okay, good bug fix.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah, yes. All right. And also remove link styling in a menu when the corresponding menu is closed. Okay,
Again,
good.
nice bug fixes, really, and good things to have as bug fixes.
It's these last two
Right.
that I want to spend a little bit of time on. Which one do you want to talk about first?
I'm personally more interested in the top one, the memory leaking Java
Memory leak.
class loading. Right.
Okay. Why don't you explain it to us?
Okay, so Dmitry Uklov submitted a pull request that has reduced the memory footprint of the Jenkins controller. And it's the reduction in the memory footprint of the Jenkins controller is from, on various measurements, one user measured a 500 megabyte reduction. Dimitri's measurements showed a gig or more of savings compared to previously, with the same performance, with the same behaviors, just uses less memory. And that's a nice enhancement. So special thanks to Dimitri for doing it. It was valuable enough that we decided to backport it to this line after a few weeks that it had been in Jenkins Weekly, rather than wait until the next LTS line. So you should expect that your memory usage will go down a little bit with 2.516.3.
Which is always a good thing with Java.
Yep, absolutely.
Now, what about this other one? The plugin class loader memory consumption. It feels like it's a cousin, or is it not?
But it's not. And I think you should describe this one because I think you've got the best view on this one of this rather specific case, but most interesting condition.
And I think we flipped it because GString was the one I knew about.
Oh, that's not
So-
G-string? Oh, no, I'll take that one. So did we
Class
just...
loader. So, yeah, we were talking
sorry.
GString. Okay.
I read the wrong one. I
Okay.
described the one below. You described the one above because the G-string one is the one that you need to describe. My
Right.
mistake. I just
So-
wasn't reading well. Sorry,
so,
Darren.
So Dimitri's was the class loader one. That was the one.
Exactly. Sorry.
So when you start up, now, do you remember how, I mean, obviously it was tested with 17 and 21, but did we see any difference, or did Dimitri see
I
any
didn't.
difference? Do you
I
remember?
didn't see any reports of any difference between 17
Okay.
and 21. Now they've of course got different features available in their garbage collectors, different capabilities, but I didn't see any mention of a difference between 17 and 21 there.
Okay. Just know that if it happens to go down, yay. If it doesn't go down, then probably still yay, because that
Right.
means make something else. Now, there was a memory leak in class loading for GString template engine. Now, if you've never used GString template engine, it's a wonderful thing, but it can also get scary at the same time. If you were to take a look at the issue for this, in fact, I'm going to since we have a moment, and boy, that's bright. If you use GString template engine in a pipeline shared library, my use case for this was I'm needing to create an email template, and using a GString template helps me do that. I can just pass variables in, and it'll basically merge and purge, and off it goes. I can send an email. But in a shared library, what was happening here is it would start leaking all over the place. And again, this pattern is a very normal pattern, but you can generate a heap dump and you would see it was all there. So anyway, this fix takes care of that memory leak. So again, if you're using G-string template engine at all, you might want to take a look at this, because this would be another reason. It's like, why do we keep it could be this. So anyway, that's what that is. And that's it. That's all the things for .3. Now, here's the question. Has a new version for the next LTS line been picked yet, a new baseline?
It has.
And that number is?
2.526, I think.
At this point.
Right. As
of September 19th. Because that could change.
It could change. Given how healthy and how stable the weekly releases have been up to this point, I'm not expecting it to change, but it certainly could change. We will have to backport the changes from 2.528, excuse me, 528 to it, because we don't want to ship a security problem. So we might change our minds and choose 528. Right. I'll have to look at it and see, and we'll discuss it in the developer channel. We might upgrade that and say, now that 528 is a security fix, let's just base ourselves on 528.
Right. And these are the thought processes that go through in building a new LTS line. It's like,
right.
Did we have security in this last one? Maybe we want to consider. Because at the time when the decision was made, 28 wasn't out yet.
Correct. Exactly.
So, okay. So with that in mind, the current release date, and this shouldn't move, is for the next release is Wednesday, October 15th.
Right.
That's the plan.
Yep.
The plan is to be back here on the Jenkins YouTube channel or the Jenkins CI/CD YouTube channel, just to be complete, Thursday, October 16th at 4:30 p.m. Eastern. That's the plan. Again,
right.
Things may change. But we'll see how it goes. And I think that's it. So the next thing, there will be a .1. So be ready. Let me go ahead and broach a subject here real quick.
Sure.
There was this thing called Java 25 that went GA this week.
There was, yep.
Should we go ahead and upgrade everything to Java 25?
Not yet, because Jenkins doesn't officially support it. That's a good question. Jenkins needs to test it. We've got good results. So of the top 250 most popular plugins, I've confirmed that already about 150 of them compile and pass all tests with Java 25. But we haven't tested Jenkins Core. We've got a lot of work to do. So no, don't immediately jump on Java 25. It'll probably work, but you'll get a warning that says you're using an unsupported version and you have to pass a special command line flag to allow you to use Java 25 with Jenkins Core today.
So just in case you're on the bleeding edge, again, GA just happened this week.
Right.
There has, as Mark was saying, there have been tests going on with early access versions, and things in general have been looking good, but we can't do day and date with a Java release. Right. And I've seen very interesting things that don't call Java 25 an LTS. Okay, we're not going to get into the arguments about that today.
What? Oh, that's bold. Oh, yeah. I'll have to hear that one more, because for me, I'm treating it as an LTS. But if Java's not treating it,
no, we can treat it like that. I'll send you the link.
Good. I'll send you the link. So they're going to do the usual things with it, I hope, and provide good care and feeding for it.
Exactly.
Good.
But different conversation. So if you are wanting to start testing out, by the way, if people are wanting to start to play with Java 25 today, as of September 19th, the only two that I've seen is OpenJDK is there. Mm-hmm. Oracle is there.
Yep.
And I saw that Corretto.
Amazon Corretto is available, right, as well. And I know Temarin is working on theirs, but not available yet.
Not available as of today. So if you want to start playing with it, go for it. But those are the only three as of September 19th, 2025 that we've seen. Mm-hmm. But again, there will be support for Java 25 coming. I'm not going to say soon, but within months.
Yeah,
short months.
I don't think it's going to be long, considering how smoothly the test execution with plugins that have stayed reasonably current has been. Right, It's looking really good.
It's just a matter of GA was just this week.
Right.
Please.
Well, and people have to do the work. And
Yeah.
so if you're interested in being an open source contributor, Java 25 help for Jenkins is a good place to contribute.
Yep. And there's a lot of cool things in 25. However, when does that imply anything about 17? Because usually we only support 2 lines, right? That's the magic thing. So once 25 becomes supported, what does that mean to 17?
Good question. So the 2+2+2 Java support plan is in a transition phase right now. So there's going to be a period where we expect we will probably support 17, 21, and 25. Eventually, we will get to the point where we hardly ever have 3 Java versions supported at one time. But this is a transition phase. We probably won't drop Java 17 until early 2026.
Okay. You heard it.
And we certainly won't drop Java 17, I think, until we're ready to have Java 25 supported.
Right.
We like to have at least 2 always.
Yep. Okay. Enough rambling about Java. So anyway,
Right.
we'll be back again in about 4 weeks. And again, if you haven't subscribed yet to the Jenkins CI/CD channel, please do that. We greatly appreciate it. So to everybody else that's watching on replay, thanks for watching the replay, and we'll talk to you again in 4 weeks. And Mark, have a great weekend.
Thanks, Darin.